Furious Cycling and Other Unlikely Stories by Alexander Frew. Title page. Cycling. The Cyclist. The Worst Day of My Life. Astra. Psycho-Cycler. A Summer Tale. At Night. Past and Present. Birdman. I Am a Tourist. Burgers. By the River. For Campbell. Beast. The Common. Break My Heart. Furious Cycling and Other Unlikely Events. Published by Dawn Print. Copyright 2008. Copyright Alex Frew 2008. The author has asserted his right to be identified as the writer of these poems under the Patents and Copyright Act 1988. These poems may not be reproduced without the permission of the author by any other means, including photocopying, typing, or scanning. Cycling. I love to go riding on my bike. Cycling can be so much fun, it takes you where you like. Up hills, down hills, straight along the street. Heart thumping, feet churning, something you can't beat. The Universal Cycle is like an album name by Donovan, but I'll tell you boy, cycling is my game. Up gears, down gears, never mind the weather. Off the beaten track now, over moss and heather. Going round the roundabout, in the wrong lane. Lorries riding near my bum, low loaders are a pain. I've learned a body language car drivers do not like. I use it oh so frequently when riding on my bike. The middle finger's much employed, and I enjoy the chase. As long as I go biking, my life will feel in place. The Cyclist. I've been cycling this road so long, my legs are big and strong. I know every crack and pothole and short lees. Where caution's the name of the game, all drivers are totally insane. Braking hard is what you always have to do. I'm a cycling cowboy who fell off in his arse skidding at a roundabout. I'm a cycling cowboy. For some reason all the van drivers and motorists shout when I'm out in the pouring rain. They think I must be insane. I'm cycling all round this town, with the rain always teeming down, mud splashing up my legs and onto my backside. Pedestrians, they see me ride, they all run and hide. No wonder when my brakes are totally gone now. I'm a cycling cowboy who fell off at his arse skidding at a roundabout. I'm a cycling cowboy, for some reason all the van drivers and motorists shout when I'm out in the pouring rain. The Worst Day of My Life. I was on my bicycle, heading out to Troon. This was a big mistake I found out far too soon. I was on the back road, leading to Gatehead, when there was an incident that nearly left me dead. Those cars are unpredictable, those drivers they are shite. I think I've had the worst day of my life. Inside my head, just like a movie it on reels. I left some skid marks. And I don't mean with my wheels. My shins were black and blue. I left some skin. As I bounced across the road, I'm glad that I'm not thin. Those cars are unpredictable. Those drivers, they are shite. And I think I've had the worst day of my life. Yes, those cars are unpredictable. Those drivers, they are shite. I think I've had the worst day of my life. Astra. Men sitting round a table, talking about stars, black holes and galaxies, wormholes and quasars, quantum physics, feng shui, gravity wells, wave rider, the speed of light, Einstein. And all the time we sip bitter coffee flavoured with the milk Duncan brought, talking as we ought. And outside people pass, girls with girls, men with women in saris, and inside while talking of other worlds beyond, Andy Nimmo keeps an anxious eye on his bike, in case someone nicks it. Psycho-Cycler. Mama was a psycho-cycler. Papa was too. Papa was a cyclist at the age of 82. If you are a missy, you should know it's great to sit up on a saddle. It's never too late. If you are a boy, then a bike can make you hard. Psycho-cycling stops you turning into a ball of lard. So do the thing that you should do. Get a bike and it'll see you through the wind and rain and snow until you get up to the highest hill. And then you'll never need to take too much of any pill. A Summer Tale. We walked in the sunshine, laughed, and found an excuse to brush our hands together, talking about nothing much, yet sharing the depth of a moment as people do when they're in love. Now we walk beneath clouds. There is little laughter. A dark shadow hangs between us, cold as a corpse. I tried to give you the world, but you rejected me. This is not enough. It never is. At night, when the day vanishes and the night creeps in, I try to silence the thoughts in my mind. If hearing voices means you, then I am, for the echoes of the words said through the day reverberate in the dry and hollow chambers of my brain. Only then can I catch the errant thoughts, pack them up and enter into that little death, a pocket of silence we all need to blank out the terrible hurts of this world, past and present. What is this life so full of care, if you don't have time to stand and stare? I don't know the poet who wrote this rhyme, but they had a sense of place and time. Never mind our Mr. Harry Lauder with his words about Scottish sojer, his long kilt and crooked walking stick. That view of Scotland makes me sick. Scotland is a place of places, people walking with their faces turned away from what they see all the time. Familiarity. But I am a tourist. I am naive, passing through these places, and I believe in looking up, craning my neck, bones a-creaking, just a speck of humanity, taking it all in. I can see a world of people who lived in these spaces, none now alive, but I feel traces of them as I look around, while in these buildings abound computers and copiers and board office workers. Where once children with muddy shoes clattered up stairs, where men drank booze, and wives had no time to be dreamy as they spent their time feeding the wains, or slaving away at the steamy. Their lives may seem narrow somehow, no TV, computers, no internet, struggling to survive on the pittance you'd get from a sixpence admittance as a flea pit usher, while your man searched for work. So I walk around, and soon it seems sepia prints that people my dreams come alive, and the past is living here and now, but we all exist there anyhow. Birdman. Man wasn't made to fly like a bird, that's very plain to see. But do you know if he flew like a bird, that he would chitter, flitter and fly all day and dance in the glancing sunbeams? He'd float far up in the sky like a bird, then he'd spread out his wings in the sun. Oh yes, what glorious fun. I am a tourist. I am a tourist in my own life. Got rid of the baggage that caused my strife. I am a camera, flickering through pictures, amazed at some of the mixtures of good and bad, sublime, banal. I see I'm the owner of them all. I am a tourist looking at the sky. Some are bemused and ask me why, but there's so much to see up there. If you have time when out anywhere, and what is this life so full of care if you don't have time to stand and stare? I am a tourist in this moment of time, looking at my life as a kind of rhyme with a beginning, a middle, and end. This is the only message I send. I am a tourist, amazed at the way we give over our lives every day to the faceless corporations, those world amalgamations who set a price on dreams, try to think of what you do so they cannot capture you. But we're living in a bubble leading in the end to trouble. Life is never as simple as it seems. You'll never get to see the faces of those who lived here for so long, those forebears whose lives were good and strong and led us, except in a sepia print of the past, bringing life to the shadows where we can see at last another world so close to ours, yet different in so many ways, separated from us by thousands of days, where children played now, office spaces and stairs that hang outside, gold in the sky and hidden beauty. Burgers. Burgers, 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 that's all they seem to do. Burgers, 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 they chew, chew, chew. They comes into a car park, they finds themselves a bay, and then they eats themselves to death every single day. Burgers, 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 sitting on your seat. Burgers, 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 eat, eat, eat. Reconstituted beef. That is what they use. It's ears and eyes and arseholes, and it's going into you. Burgers, burgers, burgers. Baps, baps, baps. No wonder you're so constipated going for your craps. Two cows is standing in a field when one says to the other, "Don't that bloody BSE bother you, my mother?" The other cow just gives a grin, speaks in a voice so sweet, "Don't bother me, 'cause I'm a birdie. How you doing, tweet?" Burgers, 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 yes, they will rot your brain, so if you want to buy 'em, then you must be insane, for if you eat them burgers, your life will be a pain, and all the sense that you once had will go right down the drain with those burgers, burgers, burgers. By the river. I was walking by the river, looking at the tide, when I saw my father standing across the other side. I crossed the bridge of sorrows, through the vale of tears. I stood there before him, bathing in my fears. There was a frown between his eyes, breeze blowing in his hair. Behind us both the landscape was sterile, bleak and bare. My father wouldn't smile. I thought that I would die. I did not know what to say. He made me want to cry. He raised his hands before me. His voice was deep and strong. I'd been there for 1,000 years, though the time was not long. I have a black house standing, with an inside high and wide. Why don't you come there with me and see what is inside? Then the sweat came to my brow, tears came to my eyes, as I watched him fade away without a last goodbye. I woke upon the river bank, my body soaked with dew. The morning sun was up above, my life began anew. Please forgive me, Father, I'll see you soon enough. Forget the world we've known, and all that vapid stuff. For Campbell. You no idea what you meant to me. In this world you were good amongst the bad. No one was spiteful or mean about you. You were always happy, never sad. For 30 years you stood in that place, dispensing your medicines with style and good grace. Even more, your readiness to talk, to see the other viewpoint, made you so precious to me. You were a beacon of light in a world misbegotten. Campbell, you're in my thoughts. You will never be forgotten. Beast. I am a cat, not a furry little fluffy bundle of fun with perfect purrs. I am a cat, not the buzzing creature who weaves between your legs begging to be fed. I am a cat, a creature of the night, sleeping through the useless day. I am a cat, darkness personified, stalking through a landscape visible only to my eyes. I am a cat, sleek killer born and bred, lying in wait for hours on end for my prey. I am a cat, pouncing, biting, gouging, killing, a machine bred in nature raw. Common. 33 years he walked that land and more. Then the signs went up, forbidden, keep out, or there'll be trouble in store. Men with clubs and uniforms now patrol the grounds, calling the police, arresting kids and other intruders each day. Fence posts are up, blocking off the verdant common fields, with more signs to show the new owner never yields. The man is now a trespasser, where he walked in summer days with his dog and watched as the glorious sun set the horizon ablaze. The dog running before him, lolling tongue lathered in pink. This was part of their world, never to end, you would think. Winter time made this ground hard, frozen, unyielding, and then starkness of black trunks against white snow made him wonder again. Will he be forbidden forever? His heart cannot understand. 33 years cannot be dismissed by a simple transfer of land. Break my heart. We went out on our bikes and I became ardent, wanting to be with you in more ways than one. Maybe you were a little saddle sore, or the woods didn't appeal to you, but you wouldn't let me have my wicked way. Later you made up for your outdoor reluctance on my single bed and comfy duvet. Then you left me for someone I thought was a friend, who had a bigger bike than mine, and that is why I always think of you as the one who succeeded in breaking my heart.